Welcome to Clayton, Washington. We just got done with a 1,500 square foot addition. We tied into a cabin built in the late 1800s. This is a fun project. First thing I want to tell you about that didn't go as planned is the floor trusses.
Now, before you hate on me, these were joists, not floor trusses. I don't know why I kept saying floor trusses. The interesting thing is the original plan set called for 16-inch tall joists, 12 on center, full span. They wanted us to mount a ledger to the rock foundation for part of the build. The rock foundation certainly could not handle that. We changed to 11 and 7/8 joists, and we ran a pony wall down the middle. It cut the cost of the materials down from about $15,000 to about $4,000 for the floor system.
So when we spec'd out this job, the design showed a 31 foot, 4-inch long span on the end of the building here. So I called my supplier and said, hey, how thick are the rim joists? And she said 2 inches each. So I said, okay, 2 plus 2, that's 4 inches. Give me 31 foot floor trusses. They'll be dead on. We'll be good to go. One of the things we did is we put a pony wall down the center to reduce the depth of the size trusses we needed. I think the original plan was a clear span truss, that full 31 feet, and they were like 18 inches deep or something crazy like that. So we were able to cut it down to 11 and 7/8 by putting one down the center. Anyway, because of issues we had with keeping the building square and at the right length because of our ICF issues, which I'll explain in a different video, we ended up at 31 foot 5.5 inches out here. We also got rim joists, which I guess are standard at 1.25 inch thick each. So our floor trusses were too small. That was going to be a big loss. We ended up doubling up the rim joists and then cutting the floor trusses so that they would fit. Not trusses, the joists, but the floor joist. So we ended up a little bit longer than we planned. We were able to rehab it by getting rim joists, but it cost us about $1,000 extra because of that mistake. Structurally, it's probably better to have the double rim joist because now all of your roof load is transferring down on 2 rim joists instead of 1. But it's just a mistake that I'd like to avoid in the future. Probably will always just pay the extra to have 1 extra foot on my floor joists. It is what it is.
Here's the final look at the addition. Look, every client is excited on day one, but nervous by the end. You know, they're worried about the schedule and the spending. The truth is the finished work always takes longer than you want it to, but that extra time is the cost of craftsmanship, right? Long after the dust settles and the schedule is forgotten, the quality is what you actually live with every day. It stands the test of time. It's always better to do it right once than to look at a mistake forever. It'll drive you crazy. Thanks for hanging out with us. See you on the next project.